Well, I would say a win's a win, but the game's not over yet, Kurt.
Yeah.
Ill-timed weather delay,
Um,
but I'd say this one's pretty much wrapped up.
Much like the weather, the actual game got worse as it went on. So we're gonna call this one a W. Gophers are currently up 66-0 with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left. And yeah, Max, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about this one. It was really exactly kind of what we were saying, even more points to be honest. I think I said 56-3. Um, and yeah, the Gophers hit the over by themselves, which was awesome to see. I know we're going to be talking about the main takeaway, I guess, is really the injuries, right? Darius Taylor pulls a hammy on that long run. So we were hoping for less than 10 carries. He got that, not in the way we were hoping to see that at all. And then Jalen Logan Redding looked like he kind of got chop blocked almost illegally. I'm not going to say it was dirty, but like we rushed three, and both him and Anthony Smith had a guy go low as they were almost engaged high. But so hopefully those guys can be back for Cal, if not at least by Rutgers. But yeah, Max. I mean, I thought like not that we can take away too much from this again because the competition was so light. Um, Drake Lindsay looked as good as you could possibly want him to be, but he made a couple nice throws that we didn't really get to see the first time around last week as throws on the move. Both super accurate throws, his two while rolling out today. And he had one as well where he stepped up in the pocket and bide some time. So his mobility and his throwing ability while on the move. I mean, not that the guys were super well covered, but he put it right on them and led them perfectly. So just super accurate throws. Really happy with him. Um, yeah. Anything on the starters?
Yeah, I mean, to touch on Lindsey too, like you said, I mean, for such a big guy, like I was a little bit at first like, wait, why are we letting up so much pressure against this team? Like really shouldn't have to be running around, but I think one of the plays it was a running back trying to pick up what looked like a defensive end. I think it was man, still early. I don't even remember the name of the Washington transfer running back, but he kind of got blown up.
Davis.
Cam Davis, that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lindsey's able to step around some guys, showed he's got some ability for a big guy. So that was good to see.
Yeah.
Another injury too. I think he came back. It sounded like he was fine, but Zaquan Bryant seemed like he dinged up his arm on one of the fumbles.
Yeah. He forced
But it
that
sounded
fumble, but
he
he
did come
kind
back.
of hit with his head. Yeah.
But I guess another highlight too of the starters. I mean, Nestor, 2 interceptions, one for a pick six. Like
What a way
cornerback,
to start the game.
right? Cornerback was like a question coming into the year. Obviously, this isn't a team that's going to tell you much as an opponent, but it's cool to see a guy step up and make some plays like that, especially early on. That seems like this game's kind of for that, right? You see some guys that you might not see much over the rest of the year. Now he's a starter, obviously, so he's going to keep making plays, but this is a team where you should be able to do that and take advantage of, and they did it. So they didn't take him lightly.
Yeah, I mean, the defense looked exactly how you would have wanted to as well. I mean, I think in the third quarter, Northwestern State had 18 total yards. That wasn't at the end of the third quarter, but at one point when it was like 56-0, that's or 50
Yeah,
whatever it was. It was like we don't have many yards either because the defense keeps giving us the ball so deep
right.
into their territory. But yeah, I mean, 18 total yards, and we had 56 points at that point. So, um, really,
Yeah, I think
really nice to see.
yeah, I think Northwestern State had -8 yards going into halftime or something like that. And they're where
Yeah,
it stands right now. Again, there's 6:15 left in the fourth quarter. They're in a weather delay. We were just talking about it before too. Like, are they just going to call this game off? Because I got to imagine Northwestern State has got a long trek home, and they like this is over. But at this point in the game, yeah, Northwestern State 2 for 10 on third down, 42 yards, 23 through the air, 19 on the ground, 4 turnovers. Um, Northwestern State has possessed the ball for 20 minutes, 20 and a half minutes, but ESPN
yeah.
is saying end of fourth quarter right now, actually, as I refresh. So they might
Oh,
have just
yep.
called the game off.
They might have just called the game. So there you have it,
So,
folks. Gophers officially win this one, 66-0. Unfortunately, we didn't get to that 70 mark, but that's okay. We'll take the dub and move on. I saw Barrero put out a post ripping the Gophers for the light competition. It's like, dude, this is our fourth FCS opponent in PJ's tenure. It's not like we're playing three of these every year. Like I don't
Right.
get the Twin Cities media and like especially the pro football focused uh, guys, like not pro football focused the company, but like the people focused. Um, just taking shots
Right.
at the Gophers for just no reason. Anyway, I just side tangent there. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just called it officially. It's final. Um, our backup, Shigajanansky, Max Shiga.
Chicken
Yeah,
I believe it's Chicken
uh,
Jan. Yeah, something like that. Max, we'll call him
uh,
another Max.
Shikanjansky. Yeah, he looked good. I know again, not a lot of elite competition, but he looked exactly how you would hope. Two guys I want to say that got playing time this game that we hadn't seen a lot of. Femi Ijiboy, the fourth running back on the depth chart. I thought he looked good in the sense that like a lot of times he just automatically made the first person miss that got to him, and I thought that was like noticeably he's not just okay, getting through the hole and just taking exactly what the defense gives him, which is a good thing. He could do that, but he was also making guys miss, which I feel like of our starting three, there's not a lot of shiftiness to them, right? Turner's got the speed. Darius is more of a power guy. He can get a little shifty at times, but I think he might be somebody that gets more and more playing time as the year goes on, regardless of the competition, just with what he showed. And then um, shoot, is I don't think he registered a tackle. Uh he's a huge D tackle. He was out there. He looked enormous. Surname. I'm trying to recall off the top of my head. Um I know it was lesser competition again, but like he was bull rushing the guards and center into the backfield. And even if he's not going to be able to do that quite yet, uh, at against a leader competition, if he can just hold his own out there and be a guy that can kind of fill in for um, the Mo guy that transferred in from Purdue, who's going to be out for the year now that we know, if he can just fill into that role a little bit and just be something that kind of clogs up the middle and get your guys some Devin Eastern a breather here and there, I think that would be huge. Again, I know lesser competition, but would like to see if he's somebody that can also get out there on a more regular basis going forward. Just now the coaches saw him in a little bit more live action. I'll look up
Right.
his actual name here while you're talking too, just so I get it right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, to go back to Egypt boy, I mean, it is good to see you kind of referenced this game as the spring game essentially earlier on when we had talked about, this upcoming matchup, but it is good to see some of these younger guys and kind of see what the future might hold. And yeah, Boy going, he only got 7 carries, but 51 yards. He is shifty, but he's bigger than he looks too. He is over 200 pounds, and he's a young guy, so he's probably going to keep getting bigger. Another freshman too, Grant Washington, got 20 carries, 126 yards. So it's kind of nice to see too these young guys be able to carry the rock that many times. Again, lesser opponent, but they can handle it, and you can kind of see what they might look like in the future. Um, I was curious to see. We didn't seem like the wide receivers; they were just going to kind of spread it around to everyone. I think Cam Davis, the running back, had 3 catches. Lanier had 2.
Yeah.
Boy also had 2 catches. Everyone else got
Yep.
like 1 catch apiece. So they just kind of spread
Oh,
it
by
around.
the way, his reception touchdown that got called back, that was just I thought those were phantom calls. Uh the
Yeah,
Malachi Coleman blindside block was terrible. Like the actual call.
right.
And I get it. Like I'm complaining about the refs in a 66-0 win, but and hey, Tanner Morgan, love you, but he just agreed with everything. He's like, "Yep, that's a teaching moment there. He can just get a little bit." It's like, no, that was just a terrible call. Like I don't know what else you want. Malachi Coleman hustled
Right.
his butt off to get in front of him and throw a block. Anyway, um, yeah, I thought the receivers looked good. Like you said, they all played a lot, and I thought Coleman looked good. And what we've seen in the past, talking to you, Dalen, right? Hope you're doing well. I'm not sure where you're at, but when these bigger time guys with all this ability got put in later in games, they didn't really take it seriously. They didn't try very hard. He did try hard, and he did get his props from the booth, walking his butt off. ran his routes hard. So that's good to see that he's buying in and actually trying to get better in the reps he gets out there. And you mentioned this, I think last during at least the chat last week on the opener. Like he is somebody that I don't know why, just with how big he is, that you might want to see in the red zone as far as, especially with all the fades we like to throw. So hopefully that can come to fruition later on, and as he gains more confidence and more familiarity with the offense since he got here a little bit later. But yeah, it's Riley. His name is spelled Sunram, but I've heard like Suram. I don't think
Oh,
the N is pronounced, from South Dakota. He's 6'5",
yeah.
300 pounds. I know he's a redshirt freshman, but like, hey, I'd like to see that out there. Just get rotated in. That's a big boy. He looked huge out there.
Yeah, he was one of their top guys out of South Dakota as a recruit, wasn't he? He was like the number
Yes.
1 or 2 guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these guys, these young guys we've seen recruited,
Sorry, he's from North
already
Dakota. I
playing.
think I said South
Oh, he's
Dakota.
from North Dakota? Oh,
Yeah.
one of them.
But Carter Menz is from South Dakota. The DN that does play a lot, number 11. He's from South Dakota, and he was one of their top recruits. And I think Sharam was one of the top North Dakota kids. But yeah, he was somebody that I thought looked impressive out there, both just in stature and in actual production. So
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it was as is. I'm curious to see here what PJ says about the injuries. Jalen Logan Redding, he looked a little bit better, I thought, than Darius did as far as getting up. And I know he limped off and needed some help and went to the injury tent, but his looked more of a dead leg to me, if anything. It didn't look like an ACL or anything. Wow. I thought Taylor's was obviously a hammy. And it's just unfortunate because I think that's kind of what he's battled in the past. So clearly it's becoming
Right.
a thing for him. Him and Royce Lewis, I don't know what they're doing, but they gotta get different training plans. But
Right.
um,
Yeah,
it's
those
tough to
hamstring
see.
injuries just seem to linger for anyone. Like they just never quite go away. And yeah, the JLR, it seemed either a dead leg or even like a knee. It seemed like he had a different knee brace on. Some of it's just a knee sprain, something you just got twisted up.
Yeah,
Hopefully, it's a easy recovery and something that's just doesn't linger or isn't that serious. Because yeah, I mean those are guys, those are positions we need to have healthy. And I guess one comment on a guy that we did see that we didn't see last week was Jonte McMillan. I know he was injured last week against
yep.
Buffalo. He was back. I don't know how much he really played. I think he made a tackle, but I guess just a comment to say it's good to see him back out on the field. We're going to need him the
And
rest of the year.
similar spot, Darius Green was out there
Yes,
and blowing
he was
stuff up
making
too.
plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love Green's physicality. He's just got to get
Yes.
in the right spot.
It's well, this that early down nickel roll is perfect for him because he's just
Yeah,
looking to go hit something hard, and it's
yeah,
exactly what he's good at. So, um,
right,
yeah, like with those two back, you know, that USC game was so interesting last year in particular because of all the different secondary guys that got rotated in. With McMillan and Green back, you kind of get more of that versatility back instead of kind of looking a little bit thinner. That gives you a lot of flexibility. And hey, if Nestor's just going to take over that CB2 role, like how he's won it, great. But it'll be nice to have other options. I know those guys are more inside guys, but if Mike Gerald gets back as well, that gives you a third corner that you might feel somewhat comfortable with. I know he's young, but that was the guy that was supposed to be pushing Nestor for the CB2 spot. So if you get him back, which he was or questionable. I don't think he played. I didn't see him out there. Um, I can scan here quick to see if he made a tackle. I'm not seeing his name, at least according to ESPN. So I don't think he was actually back yet, but it sounds like he's close to. So yeah, we're gonna have that full deploy of weapons back in the secondary, and we're about to really ratchet up the competition. So that'll be fun to watch.
absolutely. And I guess to jump back over to the offense, one guy we haven't seen it was Christian Driver, and I don't know if that's a concern. It seems like wide receiver we look to be pretty deep, but it's interesting that a guy who got decently significant playing time last year hasn't been really playing at all the first 2 games. I think last game he was questionable. This game he was just listed as out. Um, I guess any concerns about that or
Well, I listened to Gopher Gridiron's. I think it was their breakdown episode of last week, and Ryan Burns didn't know what was going on. So it makes me think it's not an injury. He's like, I don't know. Didn't have his helmet on during walkthrough. Didn't have his helmet during the game. He's listed as out. I got nothing else to tell you guys. So it's
Hmm.
like, okay. He's
Yeah.
maybe someone that wanted to hit the portal and kind of missed the window when things kind of shook out the way they did. So I don't know. I'm speculating. I would be surprised if he is here next year. Just and maybe he is hurt. Maybe he is an injury that they're not discussing. But
Right.
yeah, it's a deep room right now, and a lot of these guys have more years of eligibility. So, um, which a guy that is in his last year that continues to at least make one play every game, no matter the competition, Lemecki, like to see the jet sweep touchdown run.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Those one keep that in because I swear that's how we beat Iowa that one year. Who looks like they just got the ball back against Iowa and are going to win. Yep, Iowa lost. You heard it here first, folks. Iowa's going down. Um, the jet sweep works against Iowa, at least in years past. So, but that's also just the perfect play for this game to just spread around enough touches, get your guys all the work you want to see them have, without overloading anybody. Again, we didn't really have to worry about overworking Darius because he went out with the injury. But I was a little bit surprised that Drake Lindsey stayed in the game as long as he did, and Drake got his first career rushing touchdown, and he got the conversion on a QB sneak. So. Um, Probably something they're gonna lean on more here as they get into more tougher competition. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about basically everything we get in this type of game. Like I said, it really was a scrimmage. Um,
Right.
but 1-0, and outside of the injuries, it was the perfect execution. I really, like you said, the O line maybe wasn't quite there right away. It was kind of the same thing that we talked about last week. It looked more like just missed execution, like that first play where they kind of got to Darius in the backfield after a first positive run. It's like we pulled um, our right guard around the guy from UCF. I'm never. It's an name.
Marcellus
Um,
Marshall.
yes, Marcellus Marshall, and like he got there, but it's like he didn't know who to block or something. Like he got over there, and then it's like the guy still just kind of went around him and made the play. So, like what I'm trying to say is I didn't think it was like a physical thing. It just looked like like just a missed assignment of him not having his eyes locked on the right spot of where his guy would be to block. So, kind of more of a missed assignment than like a poor play physically. So, but yeah, overall, a great day. Hawkeyes just lost. The Gophers won big. Um, I want your prediction, Max. Do you think Darius plays next week against Cal?
I hope he does. I think he does play. I'm really hoping they can get him back and healthy. The question is how much. Is it
Yeah,
5 carries, 10 carries, 38 carries? My prediction is he plays, but I think he gets tapped out at around 10 touches. I think they're going to
I
play
think.
it carefully.
Yeah, if he wouldn't have got hurt, I think next week they were with the bye week after it. They were going to be fully prepared to give him 30 plus touches and just make sure we get that tough out of conference on the road win. I don't know. It's probably a good sign that he stayed down on the sideline the whole time, right? He didn't go back to the locker
Right.
room at all. So
Yeah.
maybe he will play a little bit. I'm just saying I wouldn't be shocked with that bye week after it. PJ tends to look at those things, especially early in the season. Like he didn't play against North Carolina in the opener last week because they felt like that was maybe pushing it. Maybe they think, yes, it's Cal, but maybe Turner and Davis and FMA can give us enough to get the job done on the road. So then Darius gets that two full weeks of rest for the conference opener against Rutgers, which I know PJ really wants that one going against so many former colleagues, coaches, staff. Um, that's a
Right.
big game, and so we'll see. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
shocked if he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's weird when it's a good thing where your top player can be a little banged up, but it's almost like not even that big of a concern because we do have such a good stable at running back. Drake Lindsey's shown that what he can do as a young player. We've got a lot of depth at wide receiver. James and Gears is making plays. Offensive line is coming along. It's not gonna be the end of the world if Taylor does have to miss a game or two. Um, just thinking long term, you hope he's good enough to at least take a couple reps next game.
Yeah, because it is one of those things that he was battling a lot 2 years ago. Like even in the games he played, you could tell it wasn't fully there. So hoping it's all right and it's just a little tweak that gets all rested up here in the next couple weeks. But we'll see.
Yeah,
It's never easy, guys. It's never straightforward and easy for the Golden Gophers and us Gopher fans, unfortunately. But hey, pretty good day today. I mean, yeah, the true freshmen got in as well at running back. Xavier Ford and Washington led the way. 20 carries
yeah,
for Washington, 126 yards. He looked good. I mean, again, competition, but for his first live action game, he physically looks the part. Was able to fall forward each time, and I mean,
right.
20 carries, 126 yards, and the longest carry being 16 yards. I mean, those were tough yards. Those were just putting your nose down and lowering your shoulder through the hole and falling forward. So good to see there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, against this competition, it's our guys against themselves, and the young guys didn't mess up, so that's all I really can ask for.
All right, that's all I got. But we will be back, fellas, next week, Tuesday probably. We do have a Cal person that we're working towards getting a preview done. We're going to try and get that to you. As far as the immediate game reaction for next week, we'll see. It doesn't kick off till 9:30, I believe, our time. Um, so I'll definitely stay up for the game. I'm not sure I'll have it in me to have it in us to jump on here after, but we'll let you know. We'll post it and let everybody know. But yeah, appreciate you all tuning in. Anything else, Max?
Um, Not really. Yeah, I think just other Big Ten scores that are interesting games. Illinois is up 38-19 at Duke with 4 minutes to go, and like you mentioned, Iowa State beat Iowa 16-13. So I think I saw Penn State too was kind of playing with their food a little bit against FIU, but I'm
Yeah,
assuming they
I
pulled
think it was
away.
like a 34 nothing final or something like that.
Yeah.
Took them a while to
Yep,
score.
you're
They didn't
right.
score a lot. Yeah.
Well, then Indiana beat Kennesaw State 56-9. No surprise there. And yeah, not many other until the Michigan game tonight. Not many other, I guess, big Big Ten matchups
Go
today.
on to an immediate game post game reaction next week against Cal. Hey, you
I
know
mean,
what?
we
We'll
could get on
see.
there at 1 a.m. maybe.
Yeah. With the way my kid's been sleeping, I'll probably be up anyway. So we'll see. I no promises. He just woke up from another 5 minute nap. I can hear him down there.
Well, we can let you go tend to him, Kurt.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Again, check us out at Sky U Pod. Check out the College Huddle for all of your college football needs. All the teams are out there, so go check them out. Thanks, everybody.